Marcus Gosling, chess teacher. Strengths, nothing. Weaknesses, walking in straight lines.
Hello. If you've stumbled across my channel by mistake, it's probably because you've been trawling YouTube for far too long and it's time to go to bed. But if perchance you didn't have a momentary mouse slip and did genuinely intend to click on this video, you're probably wondering why I'm standing next to a large body of water, wearing a crazed yet mischievous expression and dressed head to toe in Greek army surplice. Let me take you back a few years to the COVID lockdowns of 2020, when more thumbs were twiddled than ever before. Having virtually cycled the length of the UK on an indoor exercise bike and got bored of inventing new Olympic sports such as shoe throwing and whatever monstrosity this game is, one day I was mindlessly browsing YouTube when an intriguing video popped up. I could not have imagined what I was about to watch. I am of course referring to the channel of Tom Davies, better known as GeoWizard. This West Midlander had published a video of himself trying to become the first person to walk from one side of Wales to the other in a completely straight line. Crazy, right? But the engaging nature of the videos and my longing to be outside for longer periods of time again meant that I was determined to give this a go myself. When COVID restrictions eased, I did indeed head to the Welsh wilderness for a straight line mission attempt more chaotic and packed with disaster than I ever could have imagined. Undeterred, 6 months later, I gave Scotland a go too, alongside two fans of my Wales video, Cody Garland and Ian Coward. This attempt quickly went down the pan too, but I returned to Wales another 6 months later with renewed vigour, and despite a more valiant attempt, thanks to the support of Alistair Gorniak, this mission also ended in abject failure. Fast forward a year or so, and planning meetings for a second Scotland attempt started to take place. With an April 2024 start date in mind, we nicknamed ourselves the Straight Line Avengers. Here is our new team.
Alistair Gorniak, music production, strengths, talking, weaknesses, silence.
Alistair lives in rural Surrey with his wife Bethany and family of 47 garden gnomes. Rumour has it he's the only person to have skydived on the moon and survived to tell the tale.
Will Haig, occupation, forestry, strength, outdoors, weaknesses, indoors.
Will is based in the Highland village of Editon, so we hope his local knowledge will come in handy. Apparently he was cast in the lead role of Braveheart, but the producers felt Mel Gibson's Scottish accent was more authentic.
Will Mallon, student, strengths, getting cut on barbed wire, weaknesses, shin splints.
Will grew up in Cambridge but now lives in Perthshire, presumably by accident. He is said to have run a marathon backwards in under 17 minutes and his favourite shape is a rhombus.
Tom Fell, I'm a video game developer, and my strengths very positive, my weaknesses are snakes, blackadders, scared of them.
Tom lives in Sheffield, having recently been based in Malta. Some say he once ate a gherkin in a field in Hampshire whilst playing the Moonlight Sonata, and his knees are made of magnesium.
Marcus Gosling, chess teacher. Strengths, nothing. Weaknesses, walking in straight lines.
Marcus is based in Epsom, but spent 2 years in Russia. Rumour has it he once picked a fight with a cardboard box and is the only person ever to break into an escape room. This is his 4th mission.
Bethany Gorniak, support vehicle, project manager for a charity. My strengths are darning socks and my weaknesses are also snakes.
Bethany lives with her husband Alistair in Hazelmere and was once a champion powerlifter. She is the main member of our support crew and once kicked a football so hard it orbited the earth and hit her on the back of the head.
Jenkins, support dog, strengths, being outdoors, weaknesses, getting cold.
Jen lives with the Gorniaks in rural Surrey and is said to have once eaten all the other dogs on crusts. She also knows the words to every Leonard Cohen song, just in the wrong order. So that's our team for this attempt. 5 of us on the mission itself, with Bethany and Jen meeting us at various points along the route to resupply us with food, water and a few other bits and bobs. However, we would still be carrying our own individual camping supplies throughout the trip in large backpacks. The route this time would be 44 miles in length, starting once again on the west coast near Ullapool and ending at the east coast near Embo. We were expected to face various hazards, including some steep inclines, a handful of river crossings, and even a small lock crossing around 30 miles in, plus numerous forests, farms, large stretches of boggy moors, and of course the infamous Scottish Highland weather, which at best could be described as changeable. The aim, as the rules of the straight line mission dictate, would be to follow a straight line route carefully planned and inputted into 2 handheld GPS systems in advance, deviating as little as possible. The ultimate aim would be to achieve an unbroken platinum run, which is to complete the challenge without ever deviating more than 25 metres either side of the line. If at any point we had to go outside the platinum corridor, a second, perhaps more realistic leeway corridor of 50 metres, classed as a gold run, would still be acceptable to us. I would get a lift up with Alistair and Bethany on the 31st of March, ready for an early morning start the next day. At around 8:30 in the morning, the 3 of us set off with around 12 hours of driving ahead of us. Having put in hours of planning and training, we'd hoped that things would go swimmingly on the trip, and they did, for about 5 minutes. Having just made it onto the motorway, the Gorniak Skoda started making weird noises, and we suspected it was a sticky brake pad. Better to be safe than sorry, we pulled over at the next service station to pump the brake and make a few technical adjustments. That seemed to have the desired effect, at least for a while. We were hoping this would be the last of our mishaps. Things were going swimmingly again, for about an hour. As we circled the M25 and then ploughed on up the M6, I began to feel sick. I never usually get car sick, I thought as I joked about Alice's driving, but began to feel increasingly ill. It turned out I'd eaten a dodgy pizza a day or 2 earlier from a place in Willesden Junction, and this caused mayhem at what seemed like every other service station on the M6. Let's just say the pizza came back out. Just my luck, I thought. Wishing I was tucked up in bed, I barely noticed as the landscape became more and more spectacular and increasingly like Scotland. After what seemed like an eternity, we began to wend our way up the country, passing famous battle sites such as Bannockburn and Culloden, and famous tax strongholds like Cumbernauld, until eventually we caught sight of our destination, the windswept town of Ullapool. Having received a warm welcome from the rest of the team who had already arrived, we stopped off for some fish and chips. I could just about stomach the odd chip alongside a swig of diarrhea, but was still feeling the worse for wear. We soon settled down at our overnight stop off, Kaylee's place, and came to a necessary decision. Because my health was in tatters, the team agreed to postpone the planned early morning start, and we'd make an assessment at around 11 AM. With good weather forecast for the next day of the mission, I decided in the morning that we had to make hay while the sun still shined and try to cover a few miles. Far from ideal, of course, and I was still feeling very shaky, but having come so far, I had to at least give it a go. How far could we get on day 1? Could we salvage some pride? Well, let's find out.
Did you guys get a good sleep?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, noisy people.
Really?
Yeah, noisy
Oh,
beds
dear.
as well, talking about you could hear food.
Dear,
throughout,
dear.
like,
Yeah, you moved about a bit to be fair. Tom.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about that.
Hello YouTube, welcome to Straight Line Mission Across Scotland number 2. We are here on the west coast of Scotland. Behind us is Loch Broom, it's a saltwater loch. We're going to be attempting to cross Scotland 44 miles to the east, across to the nice town of Embo. We've got a lot of trekking ahead of us over the next 5 days, but this time we've got a big team together. We've got myself, we've got Alistair, we've got Tom, we've got 2 Wills, Will H and Will M. And we're going to try and cross this and do the best we can. Just while we're at the seafront, we're going to test the water to make sure it's salty, which is traditional for these missions. Yep, very salty indeed.
Right.
Yep. So we're going to go across the whole of Scotland and try and do the same thing on the other side. So let's do it, guys. We're going to go up this huge incline. You might wonder where our bags are as well. We've stored them at the top there. and that's because it's quite a heavy incline. We thought we might as well just store them at the top. It's just better. Okay, and we're gonna go. Let's go, guys.
So easy like that. No, honestly, like. Bit to the left here, I think.
It's okay.
Finally underway, yeah? It's good. Nice to be meeting. Let's just see how we get on today with Marcus's condition.
So guys, this is our GPS that we're using today. You can see that it's accurate to within 5 meters. You can see the purple line is what we're following, and the arrow is where we are. And obviously we're just traipsing up this huge hill. Yeah, I haven't been feeling too well the last couple of days, so I'm rotating the filming a bit today. Just get an idea of who our team are. Here's our train, Pied Piper. Okay, we've made it to the top of the first little climb. Pretty big climb in fairness. Much easier without backpacks though, of course.
The first few hundred yards were a good warm-up for us to kick off the mission. The Moorfield Incline, as it was known, had been identified by Tom Fell in a video he'd shot in perfect conditions the day before.
Yeah, so over there is what we're dubbing the Moorfield Incline. It looks pretty good though, to be fair. It looked a lot worse on Google Earth, but it's definitely doable. And then we're starting just on that corner there.
Alright, so we're going to pick up our bags now. Here are our bags stashed in the gorse. Luckily we haven't had to go through any gorse just yet. I've been assured there'll be some later on in the trip. And once again, the spectacular view.
Some fun, yeah. This is like the official start.
Alice has taken charge of the GPS. He's got the power now.
Idea.
There we are. These guys are storming straight through.
Yeah, I can see a little line. Yeah, I see it now, yeah.
Well, Marcus looks the part, doesn't he? He really does. Team captain.
We're going to be entering our first forest of the trip. Here we are. Quite nice actually.
Careful with your foot in here, lads. Oh, it's alright in here.
So because of the incident I had yesterday with the food poisoning, my balance is quite poor, which means that Alistair has kindly taken the GPS. I'm just focusing on the filming and trying to not fall over simply. The fewer things I've got to think about, the better. Anyway, let's keep going.
100 metres, I think. Oh, it might just show the like topography, so like.
And already our way has been blocked by these fallen, rotted trees. Bit of agility training for us early on in the trip. Alistair, how you been feeling so far?
Oh man, I'm good, yeah. Have to be a half a mile in or half a kilometre in. Whatever.
Bit left here if you can, lads. The amount of times my nuts have been stabbed here. There he is, the Greek army man.
Marcus Papastopoulos.
Yeah.
Straight line missions do throw up quite a lot of interesting gumph. Perfect windshield, I'd say. No problem with the GoPro sound here, I suspect. How's it going, Will? Oh, Will.
Part of the fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is the early part and not on the last day.
This is pretty good one. We've got still got the energy. Yeah. Will H did a perfect under the branch technique there. Absolutely good. All right, how you feeling? Tom, how's it going?
Very good.
Yeah?
Yeah, plenty of trees here for us, but not bad.
Yeah. Just making sure the weight is distributed equally in our bags. That can be very difficult.
We're
That's better, yeah.
we're 5 metres off right now, so
What way?
we need 5 metres to the right, so we need to go left a tiny bit as we're going forward.
Right.
Will?
Well, it'll tell you, right, if it's 15.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah,
mate,
it
or
should be.
We tested it, by the way, walking out 15 out.
The advantage of having 2 GPSs is that on Tom's GPS, it beeps every time you go anywhere near a 15-metre radius off the line, which is great. It's a bit like being poked in the back anytime you try and deviate. So very, very helpful, I think.
Oh, you're going for it?
Is there a way through there,
With the
boys?
bag? Surely not. Isn't this a Scottish Will moment where he lifts the tree for us?
Yeah, the forester.
Yeah, honestly, I'm telling you.
That's doable then.
telling you. Yes, mate, Scottish Will, let's go! Go, go, go! How do I get through this next bit? Oh,
Can you manage? There we are.
Oh, it's the tree.
Okay, let's go under here. Thanks, Will.
You good? What about now?
Okay,
Do you want to go next?
yeah, good idea.
Right. This is it. This is real straight line mission.
Oh, this certainly is. Yeah,
Watch that. Watch
Am I
that.
on the tree?
yeah. Watch it. I don't want to get concussed on this. Oh my God.
I don't know, I'll go down again.
Go down. Go down.
Oh, it's stuck.
There, got it. Yeah, you snapped it. That's good.
We tested it, by the way, walking out 15 out.
Yeah, it happens.
works.
Yeah, it beeps. Yeah.
So good.
It's mainly used for boats, but
I
it works
promise
on
you, I
land.
was thinking about how to code it. How to like program something that we could use on future missions, but if it's already part of Garmin, we're laughing.
Yeah, we need to have a serious think about this next bit.
Tom was right. We were having to approach this section with care. As we fought our way deeper and deeper into the woodland, the obstacles were starting to increase in size. With 5 of us all trying to negotiate the same narrow route, we were starting to trip over each other as well. Moreover, the setting on Tom's GPS that we've been raving about wasn't actually turned on.
Yeah, it's crazy how much like packing your bag makes a difference. It's ridiculous. Like mine, before I redid mine the other day, I was like, blimey, this thing's awful. But then, mate, I love it. It's yeah. It just hugs around you like a tortoise shell. It's brilliant. That's commitment from Marcus. That man wants his Verdell score.
There you go. Thanks.
There we go. Right, almost online. In fact, Marcus is bang online. Not too far right here, if possible. Yeah, a bit left if we can. Yeah, we haven't really got an option here though. Yeah. Fuck. Hang on. Right, we can go further left if needs be, because we are currently 10 to the right. 8 to the right, sorry. 8 to the right. We're so close to getting out of here as well, there's the thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's going to be nasty, boys.
And there's kind of a ledge.
Yeah, it looks somewhat okay, just got to watch our footing.
Yeah.
No pain, no gain. You come here often?
Fancy seeing you.
It looks a bit clearer far left. And we're still
Definitely know where you can get through this.
I think it's very difficult.
very tricky. I might have to put my coat on, you're not wrong, Will. Yeah, it's pretty brambly here. Oh yeah, I see the way. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, use the tree.
You okay?
What you thinking? Through that?
Yeah, I'll just stay on the trees if
Yeah.
it's definitely easier. Give you a hand actually, Tom, if you want.
Do you go under here, Ali?
What?
You go under?
Under there, yeah.
Oh.
We might be on quite a high layer.
Yeah, I'm on the ground where I am, obviously.
Okay, we're good here, Marcus, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay, just
Slow and steady, mate.
Yeah, no rush.
big main route.
Edge, careful.
Yeah. In fact, we're just a little bit to the left right now. Only about 3 meters to the left.
Good.
What's your footing on this next bit, Will?
I'm not just going to go to ground here, Tom.
That's all right, mate.
Just to see. Oh yeah, ground. Oh, it's fine.
You free, Marcus?
Yeah, free.
Nice.
This is just the main. This is the main one all the way up to here, and then I'm
Grounding it. All right.
Yeah. Tricky. No rush, boys.
Yeah.
This one here, okay?
Yeah. I'll take that off you, Will.
Sorry?
Not you, sorry.
Oh, it's really deep. So you just kind of crawled it, mate? Yeah.
To be fair, you'll catch yourself here. It's not too deep.
I hope you can see from Tom's footage how gnarly this section was. It was taking a lot of energy to keep moving forward, as well as making sure we weren't deviating too much from the line. However, we could just about make out the outline of a farm building, which suggested we might be close to escaping.
You all good? Nothing hurts? Good, good. Careful on this slippery ones.
Where else can we go?
Yeah, no. We can go right. Yeah?
Can we go up there?
Yeah, we have to.
I'm taking a moment.
Yeah. Be really careful on this next bit, guys.
And don't push that too hard, because that...
Can you take the GPS?
Yeah. For it.
Almost just did the man overboard alert.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone will be here.
I think I just heard someone doing something.
All right.
Maybe that was just some wood falling down.
Maybe. Just crawl along it. It's a bit of a scary one, but
Right. Okay.
you just got to trust it. It's not that deep.
After some considerable time, we finally eked our way out of that death trap of a woodland until we reached a wire fence marking the perimeter of a farmyard. In Scotland there is right to roam, of course, but the last thing we wanted was a confrontation with an irate farmer if we were spotted accessing his land by unconventional means. One by one we tackled the fence as I stood at the back filming, until suddenly Tom spotted an approaching tractor. He just made it over the fence as the others bolted across the farmyard to safety, but there was no time for me to do the same. It seemed as though I'd got away with it. Either the farmer hadn't seen me, or he just didn't care. Anyway, before I had the chance to tackle the wire fence, the rumble returned.
Surely it's open. Go quick.
But are we too far off?
No, we have to just do this. Shut it though, remember? Yeah. I'll get my phone out.
How's the line?
We're only 50, 12. We need to message him. Yeah, come here. Get in here, lads. Has Marcus got his phone?
Must do. They're in the yard, aren't they?
Have they crossed in?
They seem to.
Well, I've had to hide from that farmer for quite a while. He seems to have gone now, so I'm going to try and make a dash for it. For that farmer for ages.
Yeah. Has he gone, has he?
Yeah, I've been snagged. Oh no. Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Got through.
And away.
Become Saving Private Marcus now.
I see someone.
How's that for timing? Oh my gosh. Drama.
I only just got across.
I know. Did you see him? Did you see the shots?
No. Yeah.
Did he see you?
I don't know.
Let's go. Will came to save me. Came back for his troops.
Absolutely no man is left behind. So we're just over here.
Yeah, so to update people, we just basically we're all crossing this high fence together, and Scottish Will heard a tractor or a vehicle coming, and so we all just legged it, and you were the last.
Well, I was
So
the
actually,
last
you were the last
over,
one,
yeah.
and Marcus didn't make it, so Marcus had to run back into the bushes, just this huge tractor with a trailer.
The guy wouldn't have seen Marcus, that's for sure.
So now we've
Yes.
sent Will back on a rescue mission.
Can you imagine, if I see Marcus's little face come up here, I'm going to be so happy.
In theory, the only thing the farmer is going to be worried about, or the yard owner, is people stealing stuff.
Which we're
and so
not.
when you've got a guy just like dressed in black running down the hill to try and rescue Marcus.
Even though that one does have horns. So we're bang on the line here. Just through here.
Excellent.
Is it Marcus?
Yeah. It's a
Why is
full
he
camo.
Why is he in cuffs? Who's that man with the shotgun?
Well, I think we made it, guys. We got away.
100%.
Well, that was exhilarating. That really got the blood going, didn't it?
I was gonna put my backpack on properly.
Well, I think we could probably just have a little rest.
No, I was hiding. Yeah. No, I was hiding in the undergrowth and trying to keep as still as I could. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. That's good news. There's even a gate.
So barely a mile into the mission and already chaos had ensued. Incidentally, you might have noticed the difference in filming quality between Tom's GoPro Hero 8 and my rather outdated GoPro Hero 3 Plus. Mind you, I got mine for about 35 quid off eBay and it hasn't let me down yet, despite being dropped in a river. Anyway, we'd lost a bit of time after that bit of cat and mouse with the farmer, but perhaps more importantly, we'd already ventured outside the Platinum Run corridor. Despite a very respectable adherence to the line through the tricky woodland section, it seems Will may have just strayed outside 25 metres when he rushed back to help me. The margin was very fine, but unfortunately it still counts. Nonetheless, we'd still be on for a gold run if we could avoid straying more than 50 metres from the line for the rest of the trip. We weren't aware of this though, so continued to pay close attention to staying on our route.
There we go. Probably easiest here, Marcus.
Oh,
Yeah. No bother.
thank you very much. Right, upwards this hill. We're actually able to stand up now, which is a great help compared to before. Yeah, that last little bit's rather taking it out of me. I think I'm just had a bit of a snack just then, just to keep my energy levels high.
How are we, line-wise?
Right.
Yeah. I might need a breather.
I think there's probably just some differences in there.
Oh,
Lovely.
if we can get to there, it's flat ground, isn't it?
You go over that fence.
Straight up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
A little bit. I'm bang on line here.
Hopefully you can get a bit of a sense of what we're climbing up here. Yeah, still relatively steep.
Sorry?
Sorry, I'm just doing a bit to the camera. I always have this problem. Commentating to the camera and then all the teammates say, what? Will H is absolutely storming it up that hill. He's probably the fittest out of all of us.
Freaking gorgeous here, Marcus.
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
Unbelievable. Insane. Oh, wait on that. Oh boy, this is so sick.
Well, that was a false comment.
Oh yeah.
So how's it been so far, Tom?
Good, knackering, but I'm loving it. It's just
Yeah?
the inclines, that's the only thing.
Yeah, it's been
We're
pretty
almost done with them, so.
pretty hard work, isn't
Yeah.
it? But yeah, no, we've had to come up this forest section. That's probably the hardest so far. You can see where we started roughly. Beautiful view, as always. So, what can we be expecting in the next few miles, Tom?
Downhill, thank God.
Yeah, downhill.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Once we're up here, we're good.
Nice.
Yeah,
You go under?
I've forgotten actually what the line contains. Here we go. Oh, this Thor is just destroying the fence.
So it was already wrecked.
Oh, okay. I thought you just tore it out the ground. It's like,
No, it's totally wrong. It wasn't attached to anything.
yeah.
So this is a bit away.
What a view.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm bang on here.
You're bang on. Well, it's just.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one. This is much better, this.
It has been quite dry recently, so you know the ground is solid.
Bit to the right. Honestly, once we're up here.
Nothing for miles around, and we encounter the one fence.
So with the bitty first mile or so out the way, we could now settle into a rhythm and get our heads down to tackle the kind of landscape we would need to get used to over the next couple of days. The beautiful yet unforgiving moorland terrain would test our resilience to the full. Aside from the steep inclines and boggy areas we would likely face, our main adversary would be the weather. With little or no natural shelter available to us, we would need to make sure we were doing our utmost to stay warm, dry and properly hydrated. Despite the vicious wind howling in our ears, the rain had so far held off, and we were keen to make as much progress as possible in the remaining daylight.
Alistair's tying his shoelaces. Alistair, how's it been so far for you?
Oh yeah, good fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're having a good time, I think.
Any particular struggles so far?
We didn't know who was going to carry the Red Bull can for a moment there.
That was very worrying, wasn't
We
it?
sorted it out now, yeah. So I think we're okay now.
Excellent. All right, what can we expect from the next couple of miles?
Probably just more the same. Maybe a bit of dehydration.
Okay, excellent.
And we might even use the poo trowel at some point.
Well, rather you than me. Excellent news, guys. We've reached Wales fail point 1, which means that we've now no longer done the worst straight line mission in history. Great news. Yeah, so hopefully many more miles to come. Okay, and now we're going to go up this, I'm going to call it a cliff because that sounds more dramatic. But
There's a hole there.
Mighty 4 letting us through. Oh, Bethany says, hope all is well. We'll keep checking for updates.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh God, who's going first? Not me.
We're going kind of
Literally up that.
well, this bit is literally horrendous. Wish me luck. Those minutes on the step machine have no doubt helped me out here.
That was easier on the start. How was it? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm good. Got it on camera as well.
Yeah.
I'll get up, it's alright. Bit more right, where Will is. Oh, look at this.
So cliff on the left, water on the right. Yeah?
No, we're going further left.
Oh, right.
Like, we're literally going directly forward.
Usually not.
Yeah.
What's been your motivation for coming along on the mission?
Boredom. Something to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bit of adventure.
This is quite something, isn't it? I suppose. Yeah.
Yay, another incline. Oh, it's an interesting one. Bag off job here. Unless you're Mr. 4.
Well, it looks like from that first couple of miles you've been finding it quite straightforward.
Yeah, it's not too bad, I think. Well, I suppose, you know, we haven't been too far yet, so I don't want to speak too soon or anything. My shoe seems to be holding up. Had to do a little repair on her there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Got duct tape otherwise.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it holds out next 40 odd miles. But,
Absolutely.
yeah, excellent. I was just asking the other Will, what's your motivation for coming along?
Just to be around some good lads and to have a good time, I think.
This is what we've got to come up against now. There we are. As you can tell, I'm having to shout into the camera because it's quite windy, but straight ahead of us, lots of downhill, so I'll see you down there.
And on the open moorland, unimpeded by fallen trees, the good lads were making good progress. After a brief stop for lunch, where this time I munched on food that I wasn't allergic to, we finally encountered a downhill section, allowing us to admire the panorama as we descended. With time pressing on, we set a target to reach Camp A, which although was only 5 miles from the start, held a distinct advantage of being situated on the fringe of some woodland, pretty much the only sheltered area we would encounter on the western half of our route. Spurred on by the prospect of being able to build a fire for the first time on one of my straight line missions, we kept motoring.
Yet again, we've encountered another fence in the Highlands. We seem to be crossing every single one. How's it going, Alistair? How are you feeling?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I've just had a lovely all-day breakfast. Bad boy. It's, cold, I will add. So yeah, feeling pretty fueled after that and pretty hyped.
It's good. Your energy levels are high at the moment.
Yeah, energy, excitement, hype.
Excellent.
I'm feeling good.
That's what we like.
You got it?
Really? Bloody hell.
Whoa! Whoa!
Really?
Use that little wooden pole, yeah.
There you go.
More than sturdy enough.
So it's a far cry from Wales 1. Keep going, Tom. That's it. Well done. What's the situation, Tom?
Blisters,
Okay.
plenty of them.
So we're using Compede, right?
Not sponsored, but yeah.
Yeah, I got some as well
If
actually.
they would like to sponsor us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please do.
exactly. Yeah. That's all good. I think it's important to be proactive, isn't it, with these things?
Tom's blisters were getting more and more painful, and to make matters worse, he pulled a muscle in the back of his leg on one of the climbs.
So we've made steady, if not unspectacular, progress so far. Probably around about four and a bit miles. Yeah, we're just filling up a little bit now. Some of the guys filling up with water and this nice little stream. And then over towards some woodland. This kind of terrain can be a bit tricky to cross, especially when it's uphill or sort of sideways. Just got to watch your feet basically. Didn't realise they had 5G technology this far up in Scotland.
We didn't use this. We used flint and steel for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. This is the first for me on any of these missions. Never seen a fire before.
So it's nice to actually light something useful with it. We need some slightly bigger stuff.
Yeah.
This could be different, kind of dead.
There's my tent, which I've practiced putting up a few times.
I don't know. 3 macchiatos, please. 2 flat white.
I think that's it, boiling immediately.
Yeah, something's burning.
Decided to give Alistair a game of chess on the phone, just to pass the time.
They
See?
throw in the farm content.
Yeah. Oops. There you go. I'll pass it over to him. Yeah.
What do you mean? No, I don't know what's going on here.
I'm telling you now. I think he's got the end game steez to a lot. Don't speak to me. Don't film me. We're not friends.
With the impromptu chess game lasting until well after dark, there was plenty of time for the straight line Avengers to review the first day of missioning. Taking into account the delayed start due to my food poisoning and the shenanigans at the farm, we'd still covered a respectable distance of 5 miles. Nowhere near what we'd intended, of course, but given the circumstances, we'd at least managed to make a start. Sadly, we'd lost our shot at a platinum run earlier in the day by a trifling margin of 89 centimetres, which is a bit gutting, but perhaps somewhat inevitable. However, we nearly carelessly strayed outside 25 metres again at the very end of the day, purely by accident. The rest of our line was very accurate though, and mainly within 5 or 10 metres. As for the team, I was feeling a little better. The 2 Wills were in fine fettle, Alistair was his usual cheerful self, Bethany and Jen the dog were squirreled away somewhere in Ullapool, but Tom was suffering a fair bit, particularly later on in the day. Anyway, we decided to hit the sack ahead of an early morning start on day 2. Next time on Mission Across Scotland 2, I regret a risky fart.
Did you follow through?
Yeah.
Will describes his ideal woman.
High calorie, high salt, high fat.
Tom loses his trousers. And the team burn my survival blanket for warmth.